Okay, good day everyone. At this moment, I will be sharing with you about an operating system components. So, as we all know that operating system is a large complex. Okay, let me share my screen with, okay. So, as we all know that an operating system is a large and complex system that can only be created by partitioning into small pieces. And these pieces should be a well-defined portion of the system, which is carefully defined inputs, outputs, and functions. Okay, so to start with, let me introduce to you these learning objectives. So the first one, um, you will receive the meaning of the operating system components through listening on the discussion and by participating the activity. And for the information of everybody, after this discussion, you will answer the activity that will be sent to you in your Google Classroom in this subject, CEC 207 operating system. Okay? And so that you can participate on the activity after this discussion. The second, articulate some of ideas regarding the function of the different operating system components by adapting it through common representations. Then the third one, you can specify each functions and the operating system components in the detailed way. Okay, every components of the operating system, you can specify its functions. Okay, so let's proceed. So what are operating system components? So these are the operating system components. We have file management, process management, okay, and input-output device management, network management, main memory management, secondary storage management, and security management. So although we have many different operating systems, which is example, Mac, Unix, Linux, Windows, and other operating system, they do not have the same structure. Most of the operating systems share similar operating system, which is with these components, the file management, process management, input-output device management, and the main memory management. Okay, so they share the same or similar operating system components. Okay, let's proceed to the first one. We have the first one, the file management. Okay, the file management is a set of related information, which is should define by its creator. It commonly represents programs, okay, both source and object forms and data. Yes, source and object forms and data. Then data files can be numeric, alphabetic, and alphanumeric. So we all know that the data files should can be, it's either numeral or numeric, alphabet or alphabetic, or alphanumeric, alphabet with numbers. Okay. Then the operating system has the function. The file management in the operating system has the function. The operating system has the following important given activities in connection with the file management. So these are the functions: file and directory creation and deletion. So the file management is responsible in the directory creation and the deletion of any files. If you will create or if you will have to delete some files. File management is responsible for manipulating files and directories. Okay, and it also has the functions of mapping files into secondary storage. And file management functions will back up files on stable storage media. So that's the file management. The next one, let's proceed with the second one, process management. Okay. So the process management component is a procedure for managing the many processes that are running simultaneously on the operating system. Okay? Every software explaining application program has one or more processes associated with them when they are running. For example, when you use any browser, example Google Chrome, there is a process running for that browser program. The operating system also has many processes running on which you open the Google browser, which performing various functions. That's including in the process management of the operating system components. All of these processes should be managed by process management. Okay. And which keeps processes for running efficiently, very efficient. So the process management will manipulate this one. It also uses memory allocated to them and shutting them down when needed. The execution of the process must be sequential. Okay, by sequence. So at least one instruction should be executed on behalf of the process. So we all know that in making the processes, we will follow it through steps by steps, or any thing, the process would be in sequential form. Okay, and we have here the functions of the process management in operating system. The first one is process creation and deletion. So in the first components of the operating system, we have there the file management. And the file management is the file and directory creation and deletion. And the process management will process all the creation and deletions that is being done with the file management. That's the function of the process management. The second one is suspension and resumption. Process management is responsible in suspension and resumption of any data. A synchronization process. That's what I have said, that it would be being in the sequential base. Then the next is communication process. The process management will take charge on the communication process on the whole operating system. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. We have input output device management. We all know that input output device management are those devices that is considered as hardware. Okay, and those are used in inputting and getting the desired data, which is the output. Okay, this is input output device management is the important one of the most important use of an operating system that helps you to hide the variations of specific hardware devices from the user. So as what I have said, that input output device is specifically in the hardware components. Okay, so hardware elements, hardware components of the whole computer system. And this is one of the important use of an operating system, which helps you to hide the variations of specific hardware devices from the user. Okay. And we have here some functions of the input output device management. It offers buffer caching system. It provides general device driver code, and it provides drivers for particular hardware devices. Next, input output helps you to know the individualities of a specific device. So the function of this input output device management, it helps you to know the individualities in every specific device, the hardware devices that is connected to the whole computer system. Okay, so that's the input-output device. Let's proceed to number 4. We have network management. Network management is the process of administering and managing computer networks. So your computer is being connected with the network, your connections. Your internet connection is one of the computer networks. It includes performance management, fault analysis, provisioning of networks, and maintaining the quality of the service. So the network management is includes performance management, how your connections, how your networks is being performed. And there is also the analysis in every error or the fault. Then provisioning of networks and maintaining the quality, how it is maintained, the quality of the service of the network. Okay, this is the work of the network management. A distributed system is a collection of computers, processors that never share their own memory or a clock. In this type of system, all the processors have their local memory and the processors communicate with each other using different communication lines like fiber optics or telephone lines. So that's why what I have said that computer networks is like your Wi-Fi. So we are now using here in our area, we have PLDT, we have low broadband. So they are the distributed system that is connected to your computer system. And this is with the network management. Okay. The computers in the network are connected through a communication network, which can be configured in a number. Okay. In a number of different ways. With the help of network management, the network can be fully or partially connected with, which helps users to design routing and connection strategies that overcome connection and security issues. So we have here the functions. Functions of network management. Distributed systems help you to various computing resources in size and functions. They may involve microprocessors, many computers, and many general purpose computers. So they are being connected with your networks. The next one is a distributed system also offers the user access to the various resources the network shares. So there is the sharing of the network into the distributed system. The next one, we have it helps to access shared resources that help computation to speed up or offers data availability and reliability. So that's the functions of network management in the operating system. Okay, so let's proceed with the next one. We have the fifth one is the main memory management. We all know that the main memory of our computer system is the RAM, random access memory. Okay. Main memory is a large array of storage or bytes, which has an address. Okay. The memory management processes is conducted by using a sequence of reads or writes of specific memory addresses. So in the main memory, okay, we have conducted by using a sequence of reads or writes of specific memory addresses. Okay, in order to execute a program, it should be mapped to absolute addresses and loaded inside the memory. Okay, all your files in order to execute that programs, it must be loaded inside your memory. The selection of a memory management method depends on several factors. However, okay, it is mainly based on the hardware design of the system. Its algorithm requires corresponding hardware support. Main memory offers fast storage that can be accessed directly by the CPU. That's why it is costly and hence has a lower storage capacity. However, for a program to be executed, okay, it must be in the main memory. Okay, so all the programs must be loaded in the main memory so that it can be directly executed in the whole operating or computer system. So we have here some functions. Functions of the main memory management. Okay, it helps you to keep track of primary memory. So your primary memory is your random access memory in your computer system. The next one, determine what part of it are in use by whom, what part is not in use. So main memory management, its own function is to determine which part of the memory is being used and which part of the memory is being must be used or nagamit na siya, or you will use that one for the specific things or files. So there is the division. This one is for the used memory and this one is for the available memory. Next one is takes a decision about which process will get memory and how much. So every time we will be loaded some files or storage to our memory. So the main memory management will take charge on the process on they will get and how they will get the memory and how much the partition of the memory will get or will be used on that specific files. Okay, allocates the memory when a process requests. There is a process request, so the main memory management will allocates the storage or will allocates the memory. It also deallocates the memory. So there is also the deallocation of some files in the main memory. Okay, so that's the 5th components of our operating system. Let's proceed to the 6th one, the secondary storage management. The secondary storage management is the most important task of computer system is to execute programs. We all know that. And these programs, along with the data, helps you to access which is the main memory execution and to back up the main memory. This is the secondary storage management. Your main memory needs to have any backups in times of any errors. Okay, so your secondary storage devices or any device in the operating system, there is the secondary storage management to back up the main memory. And it works with storage devices like a USB flash drive. Okay, your USB is your secondary storage device, and CDs, compact disc, DVDs, drives. So that's your secondary storage. So it works only with these devices. Any secondary devices in your operating system. Programs like assemblers, compilers, stored in the disk until it is loaded into a memory, and then use the disk as a source and destination of processing. So every time you need to have the backup from the main memory, so it is being loaded to your secondary storage devices. Then the functions of the secondary storage management, storage allocation. There is the allocation on the secondary storage which you provide for any files. Free space management. This secondary storage management will help the main memory to back up with it in terms of space management. So they get some files from the main memory so that it can house the free space. Okay, then next is desk scheduling. The secondary storage management also has the ability or the functions in desk scheduling. Okay, so let's proceed with the security management. The security management of the operating system is the various processes in an operating system that need to be secured from each other's activities. So there are any activities, no, that needs to be secured. For that purpose, various mechanisms can be used to ensure that those processes which want to operate files, memory, CPU, and other hardware resources should be have proper authorization from the operating system. That's why they need the security management. Example, in our outside world, in our university, they need the guard who will handle all the security in all the campus. So they need the the confirmation from the security if it would be designed, it it would be done in that specific movements. Okay, so lastly, no process is allowed to do its own input output when there is no confirmation with the security management. To protect, okay, which helps you to keep the integrity of the various peripheral devices in all the devices. So there is the very important role in the security management to protect and helps you to keep with the integrity of your peripheral devices. Okay, and proper authorization from the operating system. That's the security management. There is no process is allowed to do its own input output to protect, which helps you to keep the integrity of the various peripheral device. Okay, so let's proceed with other important activities of operating system. We have the user's program can execute input-output operations directly because the operating system should provide some medium to perform this. So operating system, as we all know that it is a large, huge and large, has a large functions. That's why they are partitioned into small pieces, which we have here the components of the operating system, all the management and its functions. Okay, so here some important activities of the operating system is it should provide some medium to perform this. Then operating system checks the capability of the program to read, write, create, and delete files. Next, operating system facilitates an exchange of information. Exchange of information between processes executing on the same or different system. Next one, operating system components help you to make sure that you get the correct computation or computing by detecting errors in the CPU and memory hardware. Okay, so that's other important activities. So now let's proceed with the summary. Summary of the components of the operating system. An operating system, as we all know, that a large and complex system, okay, that can only be created by partitioning into small pieces. Small pieces, that's why they are divided into the components. We have the 7 components. That's why operating system needs to be partitioned because it is a large and complex system. Operating system shares the various operating system components like file, process, memory, input, output device management, etc. Okay, those are the components of the operating system. A file is a collection of related information, which is should define by its creator. Any file that is being collected with the related information and is being saved or stored in your memory with the define of from the user. Next, the process management component is a procedure for managing the many processes that are running simultaneously on the operating system. Okay, so that's the procedure. There is the procedure that is running simultaneously in the whole operating system. That's why operating system needs to have any components to have its functions to manage the whole operating system. Then input output device management is one of the important use of an operating system that helps you to hide the variations of specific hardware devices from the user. So that's the input output device management. Next, let's continue with the summary. The memory management, yes, it's the process which is conducted by using a sequence of reads and writes or certain memory addresses. Okay, and network management is the process of administering and managing computer network. Security management includes various processes in an operating system that need to be secured from each other's activity. Secondary storage management is the most important task of a computer system, that is to execute the programs. Because this is secondary storage is the backup of your main memory, which is the random access memory. Then the operating system checks the capability of the program to read, write, create, and delete files. So that's the capability of the operating system. Read, write, create, and delete files of the program in the whole computer system. That's the operating system. So that's all for this lesson 3 discussion. Thank you for listening and thank you for getting into your mind all the learnings for this lesson 3. I will just send you the activity on our Google Classroom. And you can comment down below in the comment section your learnings about components of the operating system. And your comments, your learnings will be commented and will be graded also as part of your participation in this discussion. Okay, so that's all for this morning. Thank you everyone for listening. And don't forget to support this channel. Don't forget also to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell because I will be uploading the video discussion on our lessons at the end of this semester. Thank you so much, everyone. Keep safe and God bless.